What's good, guys? This is Unjolly Ranchers, diving into the shadows to lie untamed tales. Today's story is definitely a crazy one, and it's about how I made the newspaper. Anyways, let's get into it. Now, this story takes place back in 2019 when your boy was 16 years old, back in the days when I was working at Bob's Burgers. That summer, I had met a whole new friend group, and these were really just my party years. Anyways, the homie I really hung out with the most, we'll just call him TJ. Now at first, TJ was a great friend of mine. We'd go on longboard rides, smoke weed, and he was always introducing me to new girls. He was always trying to hook me up. Everything was great for the first couple of months. Fun adventures, good vibes. But after I really got to know him, I learned he was a woman-beating piece of shit. Before that, he ended up threatening me, saying he was going to burn down my house and kill my puppy because he thought I took his girl's torch that he left in another friend's backpack. Personally, I don't take any disrespect, and I'm very respectful and honest until someone does me wrong. I try to match good energy, but I just couldn't take his crap anymore. I stopped hanging around him, but I'd always hear from my other friends that he'd beat up another girl or that he stole somebody's shit again, and then he'd just disappear. Now, that morning I was at work with a couple coworkers in the kitchen. We'll just call them Con Man and Mr. Deeds. Anyways, while we were talking and making food, TJ ended up walking in the store with a buddy. He gave me a smile that said, "Fuck you, pussy." So I turned to the guys and told them about the shit TJ liked doing to people. TJ ordered his burger and Mr. Deeds started making it. The con man ran to the bathroom after telling me not to bag the burger because he had something special for him. Now, con man came back with like 10 pubes in his hand and he had me step back. He threw the pubes on the burger, then Mr. Deeds fucking spit on it. Honestly, it felt a little messed up, but TJ was a piece of shit woman beater and had stolen so much stuff from my other friends, so I just let it happen. We had no beef with his other friend. He probably wasn't aware of the shit he's done, so we just made his burger beautifully. Anyways, I grabbed a bag for TJ's burger and wrote, "Enjoy, you woman beating piece of shit." So, con man brought the food to the counter and they started eating. As they ate, Mr. Deeds asked me if he wanted me to kick his ass, and I said, "No, don't fight the dude, but if he does start some shit with you, do what you gotta do, brother." Now, TJ finished the whole fucking burger with a smile on his face and started getting ready to leave, so we all went out for a smoke break. As they walked to their car, TJ ran into the passenger side of the whip, then they did a long burnout in our parking lot, throwing us the finger like a couple pussies and left. Now, fast forward to the end of my shift, I made a burger for myself for later, then my homie Jay and my homie D pulled up and grabbed me to kick it for a while. We started driving around town, listening to music, doing the dumb shit we used to do. We hit Dutch Bros, got a few blended Rebels, then we hit the mall for a while. But on our way back to Jay's house, we saw a car in the distance. Yup, guess who it was? Fucking TJ and that prick who tore up our work's parking lot. Realizing it was them, I had a great idea. So I pulled out my cheeseburger, opened it up halfway, then rolled the window down and chucked it at their windshield as we drove by. Jay then yelled, "Dude, what the fuck?" laughing his ass off while flooring it in the hopes they wouldn't turn around and catch up. But that's exactly what they did. They slammed on their brakes and popped a Yui. So there Jay is, racing through town, hitting every corner he could to lose him as quick as possible. Luckily, they never got close enough to see our plates, and they didn't even know it was me who did it at the time. After racing across town, we finally got away from them, and my homies took me back home. The next day, TJ texted me saying, "You really thought you were slick. You're paying for my buddy to get a new fucking paint job, or I'm gonna come out to your house and kick your ass." So I took a screenshot on Snapchat and replied, "This is the second time you've threatened me, and I've got proof. I dare you to come to my property and trespass. You'll be shot in the kneecaps on sight." He ended up saying some shit straight out of Call of Duty Black Ops 2 game chat, like, "Oh, I'm gonna fuck your mom, I'm gonna fuck her good and hard." Then he blocked me. Now, that's where I thought the story would end, but it just gets even better. Apparently, he called the cops on me and told him what I did. He even sent a picture of the burger on the windshield to the cops for proof. Luckily, TJ didn't know my real name because it's difficult for people to pronounce, so I just go by Z. Like, nobody else has my name, so the cops were probably out there going around town looking for some guy named Zach. Someone at Bob's Burgers told me a cop showed up asking if anyone named Z or Zach worked there, and of course, everyone being homies who don't like the cops covered for me and told them, "No, nobody with that name works here, sorry." But here's where the story gets fucking hilarious. So that night when I was asleep, my homie D FaceTimed me, Having a long day, I just ignored him at first, but he just kept calling until I picked up. So I answered the phone and asked him, "Dude, what's so fucking important? I'm trying to sleep." Dude was laughing hysterically and said, "Yo, you've gotta see this. Open the snap I sent you. We made the newspaper." Confused, I open my snap and see a fucking news article titled, "The Cheeseburger Bandits Strike." Apparently the cops thought it was newsworthy and wanted to make a funny spin of it, warning people of what could happen. The article said the bandits haven't been found, but if anyone else has a cheeseburger thrown at them, to call 911 immediately and to follow the people who did it if possible. I couldn't believe it. Dee and I were laughing so hard, like, they seriously put that in the paper? What the hell? Luckily, we were never caught. I'm sure we would have gotten into a lot of trouble. I mean, like, we were just stupid kids back then, so I'm sure the worst that would happen is maybe community service and getting grounded. But it's definitely a story we're not gonna forget. And I mean, if there's a moral to this story, yeah, don't throw cheeseburgers at cars. If they would have caught up to us, there definitely would have been a fight. Food goes in your mouth, not on cars' windshields. But yeah, that's basically it. Anyways, I hope you guys have a great rest of your day. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe if you haven't. Remember to turn on that notification bell so you don't miss a beat, and stay tuned for more on Jolly Tales. Until next time, peace.